Hello everybody, and a warm welcome to the famous Abbey Road in London. And look, I'm about to cross the zebra crossing made famous by the Beatles all those years ago. And over there is Abbey Road Studios, a studio that has drawn the likes of John Williams and many, many others to record iconic film scores here. But what is it about these amazing studios that brings people from literally all over the world to create such an incredible sound? The answer is, if you put world-class musicians in a world-class room like Abbey Road Studio One, you get an unbelievable sound. You get something slightly magical. Incredible things happen. What a shame it is, you might say to yourself, that you can't, say, package up that wonderful sound, put it on a hard drive, and take it home to your studio. Well, now you can. Now, what I'm talking about is Spitfire Audio's new library called Abbey Road One. Now, Spitfire is traditionally associated very much with Air Lyndhurst, but this time they've cut loose and they've recorded a brand spanking new sample library in the iconic Studio One at Abbey Road. Now, I was lucky enough to have this a couple of weeks early, and I got the link one evening and I set it to download, and I got up in the morning and I made a cup of tea and I said hello to the dogs and I walked across the lawn and went into my shed. Oh good, it has downloaded, that's great news. So then I loaded up the first patch and I played a note and it sounded great, and I played another note and it still sounded great. So when I first sat down here, I really liked what I heard as soon as I played the note. So then I loaded another sound and I played more and more, and my cup of tea got stone cold, and I didn't get up for an hour until I'd written a little piece of music. And that's really what you're looking for in a new library. You're looking for something to inspire you to sit down and write and keep writing and to bring out something in you that wasn't there before. And that's what I found this library did. Sorry, Guy, I interrupted you. Yes, Guy, you did interrupt. But what we're going to do now is we're driving all the way home from Abbey Road, going into the shed, so I can show you why I think this is one of the most inspiring libraries I've played in a very long time. Which way's home? Oh, up here, turn left. Right, okay. Really? Up here? Okay. But, oh my Lord. Right, ladies and gentlemen, now is the moment you've been waiting for, where we actually sort of dig in and have a look at the library itself. And here it is in all its glory. It comes up in that sort of familiar, dark Spitfire Audio livery. And when you first load it up, the first thing you're going to get is Orchestra. There we go. And it is... It's a very nice sound. So you've got everything in there. You've got strings, woodwind, brass, the whole shebang. Now, the most important thing with this library is the sound of the room. And if you just play a short note, you get to hear it. That's what I'm talking about. What you're getting there is this sound of the... It's not sort of an enormous sort of artificial reverby hall-y thing. It's a really nice space. You can almost imagine yourself sitting in there amongst the orchestra. No, I can't either. But the sound itself. Isn't that nice? And I'll tell you, do you see here, look, where it says, these boys here, these bad boys here, short swell. You're going to be hearing a lot of that, I promise you, on everybody's stuff. Medium swell. That is a very wonderful sound. A long swell. So what I thought we'd do, because I'm sure Paul and Christian people will give you the walkthrough and show you all the sounds and all the rest of it, we're just going to do what I normally do, which is sort of write a piece of music. And as I was explaining before, this is, on the morning, I sat down and I kind of, okay, yeah, let's just give it this go. And then, here you go, let's load up the high woodwinds, because I think that's where we started last time I was playing with this. Okay, look, we're just going to go for this. Turn on the click guy. It doesn't bode well, does it? Oh, Guy, come on, you can do better than that. Actually, I tell you what, let's. I haven't even chosen a tempo or anything. We just kind of just launched in and just pushed play. I'm feeling particularly 100 beats a minute today. Do I look 100 beats a minute? Have I got that 100 beats a minute look? Yeah, that's me. That's how I roll. Okay, so too many buttons. Okay, let's get this going. So that's not 100 beats a minute. That's not beats a minute at all. I've stopped beats a minute. What's gone on here? Stop. Let's go. Oh no. Okay, hands up all those who spotted my deliberate mistake. If you look just in the tiny detail down here, I've gone for 1 beat a minute, and good old Cubase tried very hard to give me 1 beat a minute, and if I'd waited 60 seconds rather than being impatient, I would have had another beat. Oh well. What I'm doing there is I'm just going, it's a tried and tested chord progression, C minor to A flat minor. It's a sort of kind of, so, for those of you looking for the top. So you go C minor triad, then you slip the root note down a semitone and the fifth up a semitone, and you get first inversion of A flat minor. There. My job is done. No, it's not, Guy. You have so much more to do. Okay. Now, as you know, or you may not know, Spitfire's player is sort of monotone. So you get one instrument, but that one instrument has all the articulations in it. That's the way they normally roll. So let's just add, tell you what, I'm going to do this one by one rather than add loads and loads and loads at the same time. So what are we going to go for next? We're going to... Should we load up some high strings? Yep, I'm going to load up some high strings. There we go. Or are we just going to go with the trems? Let's give that a go to start with. Somewhere in the forest, the princess was walking alone. Okay. Yeah, the princess can walk alone all day long like that, as far as I'm concerned. Right, I tell you what, I am going to start labelling these things because I can see a moment when I'm going to get confused. That moment could come at any time. So that's strings high, right? Okay. So far so good. But you see what I mean about this kind of? It all just comes out sounding great and very coherent as well. What are we going to have now? I could go for some low strings, I suppose. That might be a nice idea. Let's have a little look what we get. I mean, what you get in the basic, straight out the box library is this. You get longs, consordino. So there is, whoa, consordino, tremolando, spiccato, and come on, Guy. Oh, with a snap on the end. You're probably hearing as much key sound when I'm with these quiet sounds. I apologise. I do my best, but we're trying to do this in a kind of schmoozy live kind of way type thing. Recorded as live, so it's a bit fun. Anyway, look, let's get into some low. What are we going to go with? We're going to go consortino. Let's put some consordini in here. and see what happens. Hang on. We going concertina or just without? I think I quite like without. Okay, let's just do that. Oh, stupid. There's one little button. How often in your life does one little button get in the way? And in this case, it was that little button there. Now, it was listening to the input and it shouldn't have been, and I'm sorry. Because I'm an idiot. Okay, that sounds all right. Which have some, what else are we going to stick in here? Okay, so this is low strings, and we're going to try some of these percussive things next. I think, do you feel a bit percussive? Yeah, I feel a bit percussive as well. Actually, okay, let's just get into this. And there's another aspect of this library we need to look at. Okay, percussion. Let's just load. What do we get with normal? Oh, I see. Look. So we get soft boom. Are you ready for some soft boom? Oh, my Lord. Ah! Ah! Makes the neighbours jump. Verdi drums. That's nice. Yeah. Oh, it's all quiet. That's bass and snare together. That's quite interesting. That would be very good. Some of this stuff would be really, really good for action and stuff like that. Let's go for some tuned metals. I think there's some tuned metals in here somewhere. Tuned, yeah. Oh, that's nice. Now, I tell you what. Let me. I tell you, one of the things we should have a look at is this. Guy, can I just interrupt you again for a minute? Tell me a little bit about these multiple mic positions, because it's a big deal, isn't it? Bathrobe man, stop interrupting. Okay, I'm quite capable of talking about the mic positions myself. Right, and there are plenty of them, and that's one of the reasons why it's such a large download, because look, you get all these different mics, mix 1, mix 2, and then from, is that a vintage 1, vintage 2, you've got so many ambience, out, spill, just loads and loads, different closes and trees and all the rest of it. So with this, that's the normal mix. Let's try loading up. As ever, if you use let's put a close mic in, see what that sounds like. You get a bit more edge to it. Let's turn off the basic mix. There, that's very close. You wouldn't get that with the stuff done at air. You wouldn't get that kind of... What happens if we add in a bit of tree? Oh yes, bit of room. Not bad. Okay. Not bad, he says. It's all right. I know. It's a fairly traditional sort of safe piece of music, but you know, you're more interested in the library. So look, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck here. And let's just glock our way into that. Now, I think at the end of this opening section, we're going to go whoom, into something bigger and more dramatic, and then we're going to play with the brass. Okay, so what are we going to do first? We're going to put in another track, and we're going to add one of those whap, You know, there's wah things from the orchestra. Let's have a long one. Or a swell medium. I'm going to go swell medium. Okay, so let's run it. Normally you have to work out how long the swell lasts. You wait all that time and I play the wrong note. It's just like waiting for a bus for 6 hours and then falling over and then missing it and then have to wait for a bus again. So it needs to go be the A flat, doesn't it? It's down here. Not C. C's where we're going to, not where we're coming from. And with these kind of swells, we want where we're coming from, not where we're going to. Right, now we can mess with exactly where it is, because actually the easiest way of doing this is this. You push a little button and render it as audio. You push another little button and you do that thingy, and then you can see where you want it. Okay, bit loud. What? Hang on, somebody said, are you surprised it's loud because you just normalised it, you get? You're absolutely right. Okay, so let's see. So that's orchestra swell. Swell audio. Okay. So far, so good. So, and this is straight out the box. Look, you can see why I just sat down and went, oh, and started playing away and coming up with stuff. And it was just, you know, this is what you want. When they talk about this being a sketchpad, which is sort of what it is, it's a very effective sketchpad. And it means that sketchpad to me means something which is inspiring, but also quick. So, if you're a keyboard player and you can improvise on the keyboard and that's your way of writing, then having these ensemble patches is great. And then you can go back and you can add more stuff with it. Hi Guy, Bathrobe Man again. So, as an ensemble library, there is a limit to how far it can go. You're going to need, at some point, a traditional library with, you know, individual instruments. Which of the libraries out there at the moment do you think this would combine best with? Bathrobe Man. What libraries would it go well with? Actually, because you're absolutely right, because the ensembles you want to... I just said Bathrobe Man was absolutely right. What am I talking about? You want to blend it with something which has a similar acoustic, and I would go with the BBC Symphony Orchestra Core. Because there aren't ensembles, I don't think, in the symphony orchestra, and there are just ensembles in Abbey Road. So put the two together, and you get the best of the ensembles in Abbey Road, and you get the best of the individual instruments in that slightly more confined acoustic environment that you get from BBC Symphony Orchestra. So win-win. You know, it'd be really great. Right, what was I doing? I was going to do something. It was going to be really good and important, and I forgot because I was chatting like a brainless twaddle. Back to my little piece, such as it is. Right, we're going to... I quite like the slightly loose timing of that, so I'm going to keep it the same. And there we go. Does that continue straight on? Okay, let's go in there and sort that out. There. I need to drag. All that needs to go one beat earlier. What's going on here? Oh, this is the stuff you don't want to watch on a YouTube video. You don't want to watch something. You want to go watching people faff about with MIDI editing is the kind of thing which will drive you again. Yeah, maybe I'm going to go and watch that cat video afternoon. Or don't do that. This is where you need to go. Undo, 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 undo. Just undo. And okay, let's turn that down a bit. That's too loud. Is that still operative? Turn it down a lot. See, I'm not using any reverb, and I really don't. I don't want to, because I know what I was going to do. I was going to add a little. Shall we add a little Timp Roll or something in here? How do you feel about Timp Rolls? I rather like them. you know, I mean, yeah, I like Timp Rolls. So let's see what goes on when I come into timpani hits. Do we have a Timp Roll in here or not? We might not, actually. That's a good point. Okay. What am I doing? Hang on. Am I causing chaos? That is my traditional role in life. Here we go. Let's get that one. That's why. Right. I think I might have changed something else unwittingly. So, what have we got? Ensembles, percussion ensemble. Whoa! Okay, drum ensemble. Look. Okay. Okay, so you got a percussion ensemble in there, which kills an awful lot of birds with one stone, so to speak. I suspect with the tuned, we get just individual hits. Ooh, but nice ones. Very nice ones, actually. Again, you see, I don't feel the urge to start faffing because I really like the sound. So we just do it a different way. Okay, now. Okay, so this is going to be Timp. Okay, so can we question if we've been going C minor and A, whatever it is. Do we change key? How about going to E flat minor? And maybe I hand over the duties of, this is a possible plan, rather than keeping that woodwind thing going, I'm going to get up come on, is this? Let's go to some spiccato. Okay, I'm going to do some step time input here, which friends of the channel, oh, you're not a friend of the channel, not a subscriber? Well, you should be, because it's fun. Hello, it's Bathrobe Man here again. Have you subscribed? If you like this kind of review or, you know, how-to thing, just click the button. We'd be honoured to have you along for the ride. Sorry, back to Guy. Right, from there, right, we're going to have, we're going to go for some, turn off the triplets. We're going for 16th notes. And it goes from E flat minor. If we follow the same process, drop the root a semitone and raise the fifth semitone, we end up in B minor. Okay, so then I'm going to now continue with my little so when that goes up to that B there, so then I can go no, Guy, wrong note. Okay, take out the last two. Okay, take out that one too, so then we're going to go. Is that the sound? Just listen. That ain't bad. And we can... that one goes. But that that kind of little run is going to help give this next section okay, so we're going to go for so plays the whole thing and plays the wrong note at the very last note because he's not with it. Okay, let's go back and change that last note. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I give you the last note. Yes. Okay, let's get rid of the front of this, drag it back. Now we're going to go into this. Now, actually, what I've done now is this changes chord too often. So can I just, the quick and dirty way is just to duplicate the first one. So it's going to go like this. Okay, now we're going to bring in a big heroic horn thing. Okay, that's all right. What I could do is for this second one, I could whack it up and add a top octave. This might sound terrible, but this is the point. It's a sketch pad, so I can do what I like. And then I'm going to... That sounds all right. Okay, I quite like that. Now, so we've got a bit of that going on. We're now going to add some of the... are we going to go back to the low strings first? Shall I have just one run with that and see if it works? I'm going to go for merge. There we go. Do a mergey thing. And then I'm just going to take over from there. So we're going to come in on a big E flat minor chord, which is going to be one of these. And then afterwards I'll go through and put in the... this is too much. Too many notes. Let's give that a go, see if that works. Or play if you like, Guy. Okay, and it's not the best thing in the world. Sorry, it's me here again. Yeah, I'm going to like that idea very much when I hear it in the future. That's a good one, isn't it? No, it's all right. It's all right. You know, it's not terrible by any means. But I hope you're getting the gist of how quick this whole thing is and how it actually starts to sound pretty good pretty quickly. Let's put in... we haven't really played with the brass yet, so let's give the old brass... Come on, boys, back from the pub. Go on, settle down at the back. Brass players, what can I tell you? Whoa. That is gorgeous. Aficionados of brass libraries will notice that when you push the mod wheel forward, one of the great tests of a brass library is how smoothly it transitions between dynamic ranges, because the brass sounds so much bigger and brighter at forte and fortissimo than it does at mezzo piano. And trying to get that tonal, textural change has tripped up lots of library producers in the past. And it used to be and sounded a bit graunchy. But now... Can't spot the join. Pretty good. That was all right, really, given it was just made up and I hadn't thought where I was going. What do you think? Yeah. Do you know, I have absolutely zero idea of how long I've been going. But this is what happened before. And you just start writing and you sort of just kind of it bounces along. It's all good, you know, it's all fun, all that kind of thing. Okay, so that's French horns. I was feeling as we were going through that. Were you as well? You thought, shall we put some trumpets in here? Shall we have a bit of trumpet on the top? Because second time round, I thought it needed... So this is the only exception in this library. You do get some individual instrument trumpets and you do get some individual instruments in the percussion. Oh, you lovely person. I'll be using that all day long. That's nice. So let's let this run. Is it getting a bit loud? Guy, you were playing swells. You were playing trumpet swells, but this is going to work. I rather like this. Now I'm going to add a low woodwind because we haven't used it yet and I'm determined to use everything. Okay, there you go. Let's go low woodwind. What have we got in the low woodwinds, mate? We haven't got any low brass. Well, we sort of got low woodwind. Come and see me. Whoa. What I'm going to do, arrangement-wise, do. Now, a lot of the time, when you add an octave on the top, it's not a bad idea to sort of, so that the whole thing goes woof, that you add something else down the bottom as well. And so where the trumpet comes in is where the low woodwind is going to come in, because that, ladies and gentlemen, you can. This one is the trumpet, and this one is the low woodwind. I'm doing a really rubbish job of remembering to label everything. Sorry about that. Here we go. Where, Guy, is there a B flat in the chord of B minor? There isn't. That's why it sounded rubbish. Well, it didn't sound rubbish. That's the trouble. It all sounds swooshy and good, but it's wrong. And here we go. Now, if I was going to be... okay, tell you what, shall we just listen to what we've got so far? Because I think you must be getting bored with this by now. Somewhere in the dark forest, the princess was running. Could she find her way home? What was that sound behind the tree? Ooh. The prince was galloping towards them. Could he get there in time? So it is definitely done, and it's taken 40 minutes, I suppose. I've done just a little tiny bit of sort of balancing out. I just added a little couple of tweaks at the end because I thought the transition from the first part to the second part needed a bit of help. So I've dropped in a suspended cymbal there, and also those nice fast strings I thought were getting a bit lost, so I've doubled them up with some woodwinds. And at the end, I've got this descending ju-ju-ju-ju-ju-ju-ju thing going on with the trem strings. And that's about it, I think. Oh, yeah, I've put a couple of little... on the French horns and the trumpets, I've used those really cool swells at the end to give it a little... but really, this was another 5 minutes work. 10 minutes work maximum. 5 minutes work. Yeah. What? Yeah. Pick the bones out of that. So let's have a little playthrough and see what you think. Look, I'm pretty pleased with that for 40 minutes work. I mean, it's pretty traditional and all the rest of it, but nonetheless, as a way of working with this library, I'm just so impressed. It really gives you that warm feedback. That ambience, the ambience of the thing is so distinctive, and it glues all these instruments together, and you have all the articulations you really need. There's no legatos in there at the moment, but that might be down the road. But I didn't miss them that much, to be absolutely honest, doing this, and it just rewards you for for sort of playing, and it's just a very inspiring library to work with, and taking on a massive legacy, which is Abbey One and all that kind of stuff, which was so many people use for so long. This is absolutely great. This is a fitting next chapter in the book, so to speak. So what you get is all the major sections of the orchestra as ensembles: high woodwinds, low woodwinds, high brass, low brass, high strings, low strings. Essential articulations: you get longs, consordinos, you get shorts, pizzicatos, tremolandos, things like that. Also, a real feature of the library are these swells, which are really fantastic and incredibly powerful, and just sound so cohesive, as though they're all played in the same room at the same time by the same group of musicians. Who knew? Just sound. That's what makes things sound great. Yeah, great. And it's at a really good price. It's a excellent, because the ambience is not dissimilar in Maida Vale to Abbey Road Studio One. You could easily work BBC Symphony Orchestra into this as well. So look, big double thumbs up from me. Goodbye, Sunglasses of Doubt. Goodbye, Bathrobe Man and his weird interjections. So look, I hope you enjoyed that. Go and check the library out. I think it's great. I'll be back very soon. If you like this kind of thing, that's why you're here right at the end. I hope you subscribed, because then go on, it doesn't cost anything. Go on, yeah. And we do, of course, do little courses like how to write music and learn music theory and sampled orchestration and things like that. And there might just be a trailer for one of those coming up in a minute. Anyway, from me for this evening, as it is now, see you soon. Bye-bye. Just before we go, let me remind you about a really wonderful course that Guy does. Bathrobe Man's not involved at all. It's this.
The sound of the room is one of the most important things when it comes to the sound of the sample library. We will be touching on elements of composition and orchestration right the way through this course, because it's really important. Almost everything I'm going to tell you will apply just as well to Logic, Cubase, Pro Tools as it does to Studio One, FL Studio, Digital Performer and all the rest of it.